Welcome to a stress-free coding video, Angular Part 9. I'm stoked, so let's start right away. Today, I will talk to you about BS topics. Angular routing, app routing module, router outlet. Hey, stop. Okay, maybe I am exaggerating. Let's take this one step at a time. Angular is a web framework for developing modern single-page application where you change what the user sees by showing or hiding portion of its display that correspond to a component, rather than going out to the server to get a new page. To navigate from one view to the next, you use the Angular router. The Angular router enables navigation by interpreting a browser URL as an instruction to change the view. First of all, we add a new component of a project, which will be the article detail view. We use the ng-generate command we used earlier. Open the terminal, type the command ng space generate space component space article detail minus detail. Okay, now add a new selector in the index page. Let's move to app.module.ts. To make the routing mechanism work, Angular needs three modules: app routing module, routes, router module, and one directive, router outlet. App router module import is already defined by default if you create a project using the command line interface. Instead, if you have created a project by hand, you will have to remember to add it. Then we had two new modules, router module and router, like so. Import routes and router module from @Angular/router. Okay, after import statement, set up routes constant, where you define your routes array. Const routes equal array, empty array. Each route in this array is a JavaScript object that contains two properties. The first property, that define the URL path for the route. The second property, component, define the component Angular should use for corresponding path. In our example, we have only two components, so we are going to define two routes in this way. Path article list component article list component, and the second path article minus detail minus component article detail component. Then configure ng module imports array. Router module dot for route routes. And finally, we had an export array like this. Export router module. Okay, to complete the routing mechanism, we need to integrate the router outlet directive. Router outlet acts as a placeholder that the Angular dynamically fills based on the current router states. Router outlet is nothing more than a tag that we find already inserted at the bottom of the HTML code of a component app. Say that we have .component.html file, leave only the style on the top of the file and the div with the class content. And the router outlet. Now we replace the content of the div in this way. My commerce is title, an h2 tag, e-commerce, commerce. Wow. Div, class, car container, anchor class card. Now add a special attribute, router link, article list component, article list. So each time a user click on an anchor, will be loaded the article list component. Now we set the Bootstrap component and we have .module.ts file with the app component. And now that we have defined our routes, add them to our application, we have the links to article list component that redirect to article detail component. So we assign the anchor tag to the table cell containing the article name using the router link attribute. In this way. Article minus detail minus component. Okay, we save everything. And start Angular server. And the node.js web server. Well, if everything has been done correctly, we will be able to navigate between the components. article detail component. Okay. Now we try. Okay, article detail works. So that's all for now. Like and subscribe to the channel for the next stress-free coding about Angular. Bye.